Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to 2022 October. You're going to find you're going to get some money momentum, career breakthrough energy, as well as some opportunities to travel. So we're going to talk about this. I'm losing the light here. You might notice it's kind of weird lighting. I'm in Vancouver, Canada. If you're new to my channel, I am Lori Ann Lothian. I am a lunatic astrologer. I am using Babylonian Hellenistic sky reading tools and techniques to decipher the true stories the sky is telling you about you and your life. Now, in the meantime, guess what? We're going to talk about your rising sign. But if you want to listen as if this is your sun or moon sign, it works as well. It will work the best with your rising sign by far. If you don't even know your rising sign, check out my description box for my free tutorial on how to do that. How to cast your chart in whole sign houses with the rising sign there as well. It's an easy to do thing, and I teach you how. Grab that video tutorial. Second of all, I am almost at 10,000 subscribers and I want to get there. So I've got like 600 more to go. I'm recording around September the 19th. Please jump aboard my channel by commenting below, liking or subscribing, and or subscribing to my newsletter. Any of those and all of those will be a ballot in my October 31st Halloween draw that will give you a chance for free readings with me, half price courses, free courses. I'm giving away the kit and caboodle. There's lots of prizes to be won. I really, 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 really appreciate all of my followers, fans, and subscribers. And I'm just wanting to increase my momentum. So jump aboard and see if that doesn't interest you at all. All right, let's talk about your Sagittarius. I hope I said Sag when I started. Been recording a lot of videos today. Sagittarius, sun, moon, or especially rising sign accuracy. You know, I think for you guys, one thing I want to say is that you have this opening in your sky that is subtle but important. Pluto will be moving into direct motion after being retrograde for several months in your earnings, possessions, and money house. And this is going to feel like suddenly you are powering up with mafioso boss power or director's chair power around taking command of money, earnings, and possessions in your life in a way that may have felt difficult until Pluto goes direct October 8th. And then for several months, yay, you're off to the races, but you'll start to feel that forward momentum of Pluto in your money and earnings house. And it ties in to Mercury also moving direct in Virgo in your career space. Mercury moves direct October 2nd. Now, here's the deal. You know, Mercury was retrograding in this part of your sky before he went direct. And this means in essence that you were going back over some old ground in, September, late September, trying to figure out some stuff to do with your career, your boss, negotiating your terms, negotiating how hard you work, negotiating your salary even. And all of a sudden, now we get momentum. So between October 2nd to October 10th, when Mercury is direct and moving through your 10th house of career, well, Pluto on October 10th is going direct. You can see that there's something to do with your money, finances, possessions, and career moving forward in tandem at the same time. And then October the 10th until the end of October, Mercury then will be spending time in your 11th house of great gains from your career. He is the god of marketing, merchandising, contracts, agreements. So, things are looking up here. Great gains can lead financial gains, improvements in your salary, wages. If you're independently employed, lots more money flowing. It can also be perks and rewards and awards, like winning an Academy Award. Things are picking up here. Mercury is bringing good news to this part of your sky. And also lots of messages may fall into your space between October 10th and October 30th, or the end of the month of October with Mercury there, from people that you're connected to in large groups, like your social networks and friends, lots of chatter, lots of communication, lots of emails, phone calls, lots of talking and communicating with a lot of people between October 10th and the end of the month for you, Sagittarius. You're really busy in that area of your sky. Now, I did sort of hint at this idea of travel opportunities, and that's because Saturn has been restricting travel for you. Yeah, the whole world's been kind of restricted. It's called the pandemic, but in particular, he's been retrograding here for a few months, and I think since April, and you've been feeling like travel has been hard. Like you want to take that trip, you want to go off somewhere, or you might want to take some course of study, and that's even been hard for you to get it down, to take time to do it or figure out how to do it. Or even you had some constraints around your siblings, and the relationship between you and your sibling or siblings has been difficult. And tight and controlled. And all of a sudden this starts to break free. Saturn will be moving direct October the 18th. Now, before he gets to his direct motion and releases this part of your sky for some flow and goodness, he will, in the first 2 weeks of October, be in a gnarly, grinding tension with Uranus. And that Uranus is in your 6th house of health and health protocols, sickness, basically, your routines for health, your routines for work, your workspace with colleagues, coworkers, or if you're an employer, your employees. And there's all this 3rd house tension between the work and the travel, or between the work health and the travel, or between your desire to learn and study, or with a sibling and your work obligations or health challenges. Anyway, this has been like, ugh, like not great. And then the good news is it's grinding tension between Saturn and Uranus. You're looking for freedom. You want freedom from work, freedom from health challenges, freedom and exhilarating new change in that area of your sky. You probably, a lot of you want to quit your job basically, or you want to really make changes in the health routines and get like bust away from the ways you are self-defeating yourself with addictions and bad habits and eating Haagen-Dazs at night or whatever, smoking weed, whatever you do, Sagittarius. And you want to break free. And yet you got this grinding, sober Saturn in the 3rd house saying, yeah, but. So anyway, it's going to change. And so just know that the first 2 weeks of October kind of recapitulate or bring back a lot of 2021, where you might have felt in the month of February, in the month of June, and then in the month of December last year, this kind of tension over and over again. So it's returning for a last 4th act. It doesn't quite perfect, which is called refrainment. Actually, we'll do a whole video on that, but it does recapitulate some of those tensions again. But good news, right? On the 18th of the month, Saturn is direct, and some of that tension is now finally and forever waning. The other thing I want to let you know about is that there's a full moon in Aries around the 9th of the month, and it is going to be in the sign, the part of your sky that is your 5th house. And now this is a full light, a full revealing light in relationship to your lover, your sex life, your romantic life, your children, pregnancy included. Jupiter's here. Some of you Sagittarius could get someone pregnant or be pregnant yourself. And this full moon light reveals something. All full moons are like harvest, reveal, and fullness about something that you were percolating and seeding in the first 2 weeks of April when there was a new moon there behind us, right? April 22. So you might want to see what was happening in April. You're trying to get pregnant, but you couldn't. Full moon, you're pregnant. You were trying to get a dating thing going and it wasn't working. Now you're dating. You wanted to have sex, but you couldn't. Now you're having sex. I don't know. Full moonlight, full moonlight. And it is about your children, whether they're conceived now or they're in existence already. So it could be a full development going on in your child's life for something that they were seeding in April and is now full and becoming full. October 9th, add 2 weeks where you really see the light, in the light of that, what's transpiring. And, it's a flowing energy to you. You're a fire sign, Sagittarius. This is a full moon in a fire sign that's called a trine. It brings flow and luck and opportunity to you. It's a very good feeling for you. It's really a positive full moon. All right, so keep that in mind. It does have a lot of juice, positive juice for you. Now, I'm also looking at the fact, and my big calendar over here off to the side of my computer, that there's going to be a square from Mars to Neptune. Mars is moving through Gemini for a dog's age, August 20th of 2022 to the 3rd week of March 23. This is your house for you, because it's the Gemini corridor of your significant marriage partner. Now, I can't say it any other way. When Mars spends that much time here, a marriage can end, a relationship can end, or your marriage partner or business partner can be gnarly, combative, and conflictual and difficult. And so there's severing energy too that Mars brings to sever anything that is no longer needed here. So this is a long transit. It doesn't finish till next March, but some of you may experience Sagittarius's sun, moon, and rising, an end of a relationship during that longer transit. Now, what's going on in the short term is that on October 10th to 12th, around that time, and then later around November 20th, and again next March 12th, Mars will look over at Neptune in your 4th house in square. And that's tension. And that's a tension between your significant other, business and love, and something going on in your home and private life and domestic life. And this is not, easy because Neptune is about where we delude ourselves and we have illusions about ourselves or others. And this is where the illusions are falling away. I mean, Mars is cutting through the dross, the fog, dispensing with illusion. So you may have some disillusionments regarding your relationship to your home, people in your home, your mother, or significant love and marriage and business partnerships. Okay, that's all I can say. And so those are 3 parts of one story that I just narrated for you. Now, some more tension in the sky, weather ahead. October the 19th, Venus, the goddess of love and money, will square Pluto, the god of death, power, and betrayal, and secrets, and hidden things. Now, Venus is a love goddess, and she's in your house of friendships, and she's squaring Pluto as he moves through Capricorn, which is a zone of your chart that is representative of your money. Now, it's a tricky tale. This is your possessions and your money that I told you powers up with Pluto direct October 8th, but Pluto direct October 8th is also you becoming quite cognizant, quite aware of your power in the money part of your sky. And I feel like for a lot of you, now you've got some money power going forward with a square to Venus in the friendship house. You may be finding, or the great gains from your career house, you may be finding that you've got to push and pull between your earnings and some connection to a female in your larger social groups. If there's any female in your sex life or romantic life, connected to groups of people you belong to, like, I mean, I'm in a relationship with a, person in my yoga community or in my church or in my tantra community. This tension could be also significant. It could also be that there's a secret romance brewing with somebody in your social groups. That's why you got so much tension with your main partner. Don't know, but pay attention to the 19th, because secrets can be revealed through friends who are telling stories about things that have to do with what you may be not speaking, Pluto in the house of speech, or you are speaking and revealing either to friends or friends reveal to you. So there's a secret spilling going on potentially here on the 19th for some of you Sagittarius, is around love and money stories. Then what else? I don't want to miss anything for you guys. There's this eclipse at 2 degrees of Scorpio. Now, this is happening as a part of a series of eclipses that have begun really back in November of 2021 with an eclipse back then in Taurus, and then May 16th or so eclipse in Scorpio. And this cycle between the Scorpio-Taurus axis is ongoing. It's a super deep eclipse cycle for Sagittarius rising, especially secondarily sun and moon, because it amplifies the energy of your 12th house. This eclipse is happening on the Scorpio 2 degrees will really feel very subtle, but very potent, if I do say so, because it's opening up a new beginning here for you around the ways you may self-sabotage, self-defeat, and self-undo. It really is where you can be your worst enemy because of karmic patterns, family of origin, or ancestral patterns, whatever. So it's a very magical part of the sky too, the 12th house, and then Scorpio is its own kind of woo. But it is an eclipse that's going to work on the psychological, spiritual part of your life, not the outer world part. So it's very interior, metacosmos, between the worlds eclipse. So pay attention to that eclipse on October the 25th of the month. Venus, I almost forgot about Venus, will go Kazemi, meaning she'll enter the heart of the sun just before that on October the 22nd in your 11th house. Now, a lot of you, because it hasn't happened in 200 years, you've never felt this as a Sag before, but it's opening up a benefic, good, flowing yay energy that will last 4 years and be most evident between December 5th and the end of August regarding joy, fun, play, and pleasure and enjoyment of your friendship groups and circles, as well as any way in which you derive great gains from your career. If you've been getting a lot of gains from your career, but hating the way you get them, this is going to change that. So there's an opening around financial gains, even windfalls are potentially happening here in the first, like until between December 5th and why December 5th? Because Venus is invisible till around that time. So even though she seeds this on the 22nd of October in her meeting with the sun at 29 Libra called Kazemi or Star Point, she doesn't reveal it until then. Now, technically, I'm going to say this for some of you Sagittarius, Libra is about one-on-one relationship. And the 11th is about karmic rewards and friends that you have. And if you're a single Sag, this could seed a new love story from your friendship circle. So it's very karmically rewarding. And so get ready for new love. If you're a single Sag, it could show up anytime after December 5th through to August of next year and inform the next 4 years until 2026. All right. I hope I didn't forget the Kazemi for the last sign, me, Aquarius, but I might have. Anyway, can't do everybody all of the time, guys. And then finally, we have a couple very end of month energies happening here. We have Jupiter retrograding into Pisces after he's been in Aries for a while. So Pisces is your home, Sagittarius. It's like, you know, my real estate, my land, my private life where I live. And Jupiter was trying to expand that part of your life, your private life, your where you live, your home, your real estate. He was trying to expand that. He was trying to expand it like in May, June, July of 2021. Then he came back and tried to expand it from like late December through to May 10th, like December 21 to May 10th of 22. And then he's back again for past 3, won't be back for 12 years, especially if you're a Sag rising sun or moon in the last 10 degrees of Sagittarius. You're going to feel this the most, you know, between 20 and 29 degrees. This is Jupiter's attempt to bring you blessings regarding mother, legacy wealth and inheritances, and home. And for some of you, it can be a new home. Okay, a dream home, a true home, because Neptune is there as well. And you may see evidence of that between when October 28th and December 20th, when he's there, and more so when he gets direct on November the 23rd, 4th to December 20th. Some of you will move, buy a new home, sell a home, get a better lease, get a better place, release a place because there's a better place on the horizon. You got the gist, right? New relationship with your mom, inheritance you can finally get your hands on, inheritance finalizing, inheritance is coming through, stories like that. And then last but not least, Mars will go direct on the 30th of October, retrograde, and be retrograding until January 12th. This retrogradation of Mars is part of that terribly tense story with you and some significant other, business or love. And maybe your clients and audience as well. Everyone's gnarly at you. And Mars is cutting away, paring away, separating and ending some of those relationships. And when Mars is retrograding, it's like, what is the word? Like going back on something, you know? If there was a vow, an oath, or a promise to be wed happily ever after, or to move in together, or to date monogamously, the retrogradation of Mars beginning October 30th through January 12th can indicate a time of reneging on that vow or promise. Now, you're not reneging, I don't think, because Mars is in the house of the other person. The business partner, the client, or the significant marriage partner reneges on something or goes back on something. Sometimes you may go back and try to work it out, go to see a marriage counselor, guidance counselor, see a negotiator, mediator for your business partner. So maybe that's happening then too. Okay. So that's another possibility. Thank you for listening, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you want to learn astrology, be your own astrologer, time your best life, take my Sky Reader course. It starts October 15th, runs 9 weeks because we take a week off for the Thanksgiving time in the United States. It's live, Facebook group, high touch. You can tag me, I check your homework. We're going to be a group of beginner astrologers learning together. I'll cap the number of people in the course. It's still in the early bird discount phase until October 2nd. If you listen to this before that, you get on a little wait list and I'll send you the discount code for the early bird phase. And then we're moving into the full price phase after that. So if you want to grab this, well, it's still cheaper, you can grab it. As I say that, I realize some people may not hear this before October 2nd, so just definitely check the website and see if the price is where I say it will be. I might offer early bird and sort of slightly early bird pricing and then full price a week before. Anyway, check it out. Check it out. See you guys soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit my bell for notifications and all of that good stuff. Thank you. Oh my God, it's getting so dark here. I think I can do one more sign before I don't have a ring light, guys. I'm just using the window before I lose all my light.